This is how to make the perfect high protein breakfast with plenty of variety, different ways to change it up. The best way to start your morning, whether you're losing weight or even trying to maintain your weight or even gain weight, just trying to get big and build some muscle, trying to tone down and get that hourglass figure. This is the breakfast you need to make. One of the reasons why I love this breakfast right here is because there are a million different ways you can do it. There are a million different variations you can do, so you can constantly change up the flavor, but keep the macros the same. So I'm gonna show you guys how to make it real quick and the exact ingredients and ratios you need to make this. So if you haven't noticed already, this is gonna be a high protein overnight oats. I'll show you how you can make them a little bit thinner and how you can change up the flavor and make a bunch of different varieties so you can enjoy a nice high protein breakfast. The first two things we're gonna need is a scale and a blender. The blender is optional, but it will make it so much easier to make these in bigger batches. And the first ingredient we're gonna put in this overnight oats is our Greek yogurt. You can use a plain Greek yogurt like me, or you can buy a vanilla Greek yogurt, strawberry, whatever flavor Greek yogurt you want to do, you can go ahead and buy. But I get the plain one, and then I'll show you how I flavor it up. We're gonna go 100 grams of Greek yogurt per serving. So I'm making 7 servings, so I'm gonna throw 700 grams of Greek yogurt in here. Now, if you are using plain Greek yogurt, you're gonna go ahead and get these vanilla sweet drops to flavor it up. You can just use straight stevia if you want. That actually works pretty well. But I find that the vanilla sweet drops do work the best. So I'm gonna go 1 tablespoon of these vanilla sweet. We're gonna go ahead with our protein powder. We're gonna go 20 grams per serving, so we're gonna go 140 grams for me. I have the vanilla milkshake premier protein powder. Again, I'm just going with vanilla because it's neutral. It's a nice base flavor, and I'll add the flavor later, which you'll see. Next, we're gonna add some milk. I have 1% milk here. We're gonna add 110 grams per serving, so I'm going ahead with 770 grams. Again, like I said, I like mine a little thicker, so you might want to add more milk. You can always add it the next morning if you feel like the oats are a little too thick. You can just add a splash of milk in there, or add it now, but just go little by little. I recommend just adding an extra 20 grams maybe, or even 10 grams per serving. So if you're doing 110 to make it thick, I would do 130, maybe 120 per serving. Next, we're gonna grab a nut butter. I love me some almond butter. You can go ahead with peanut butter. We're gonna add 16 grams per serving, so we're gonna go ahead with 116 grams of almond butter for me. This is also so much easier to add it in the blender than topping it over the oats, just because it's a little more exact and the almond butter blends up well with the mixture. And the last step, this is where the thickness comes from. This is where the flavor comes from. We are gonna add some pudding mixture, all right? I like the banana cream. Me and my girlfriend have found this is the best flavor to add to the oats. We both love this one a lot. But any pudding mixture, 0 calorie or 0 sugar pudding mixture is great. We're gonna add about 4 to 5 grams of this pudding mixture per serving. So I'm going with 30 grams total or just the entire packet. Last but not least, we're gonna blend this puppy up, all right? Now we're gonna go ahead and grab a scoop. I like to use the half measuring cup. We'll use this later anyways. Throw our oats on here and evenly distribute 40 grams of oats into each container. Now again, if you want them a little less calories, you can try maybe 10% less or 20% less and go with 32 grams. And then you just have to divide the mixture down by 20 grams or the liquid. So if you're gonna use 10% less oats or 20% less oats, you go 32 grams. Take 20% of the mixture out, you're going to about 85 grams of milk instead of 110. Now 40 grams is about half a cup of oats, or it should be half a cup, but you'll notice that that's not really half a cup. So make sure you weigh it out, just be a little more precise. All right, once our oats are evenly distributed, we just gotta go ahead, put our mixture in here. I'm gonna go ahead and divide it up with the measuring cup. This I roughly think I use about 1.5 cups per container, but I'm gonna go ahead and just throw 1 cup in each container and then evenly distribute the rest. All right, now we'll go ahead and just give these puppies a stir. Again, you can make a million different flavors with these. The banana cream overnight oats with the vanilla is just my favorite. You can do some chocolate with like a strawberry pudding. That one's pretty good. I think I used a strawberry jello. It didn't come out too bad. The jello mixtures do seem to be pretty good, but I think the pudding mixtures come out even better. But the flavors are nice. You can also mix up the sweet drops. If you want to throw strawberry or Mio, I think would work even well as the stevia. And that is how you make the high protein breakfast that I've been eating for the past year. This thing is absolutely amazing. Once they're ready, after they sit overnight, you can go ahead and add some bananas. Obviously, banana cream overnight oats goes great with the bananas. Add a little cinnamon on top. Perfect way to try it. If you need to save some calories, some frozen blueberries even taste amazing. Throw them in the night of. So you throw them in right now onto one of the containers or 2 of the containers. When you grab them in the morning, they should be nice and defrosted. And then before work, and then during my lunch break or dinner break, they're all nice and melted and they go perfect with the oats. Another good one frozen mango in there. Can't go wrong with some frozen mango. That's just a staple in life. But yeah, have a wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye.